I've done many videos on why home values are going to continue to rise in the Bay Area. This is not one of those videos. The first time I can think of, I'm a little bit unsure about what we are seeing right now and what we can expect in the short term. Let me explain exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know me, my name is Spencer Sue with the Spencer Sue Real Estate Team. We specialize in helping people move and upgrade their homes in the Bay Area. Thanks to you, we are one of the top relocations teams here. So thank you for that. I really appreciate all of your support. I don't make these videos with any sort of agenda. My goal is to give you real life experiences from being active in this market every single day and getting people into contract every single week. I'm telling you exactly what I'm seeing in real time. That means the good, the bad, and certainly the ugly. I'm always very honest and transparent when it comes to this. So the message I'm going to be sharing is probably a little bit unique amongst real estate agents. And if you're considering buying a house, you may want to really think about these things right now. Now, let me show you what's going on and wait until the very end when I really break down what I would do if I were a buyer right now or if I was looking to upgrade my home. It's important to understand the consumer confidence when looking at the housing market. It is one of the many impactful factors in determining whether or not, in general, people think it's a good time to buy or sell a home. The data that we normally see in the headlines about the real estate market usually concern median home values hitting all-time record highs, supply, demand. This is actually delayed information. If we're looking at closed sales statistics from 2 months ago, that means those offers were actually accepted a month before that. You're looking at a data point that's really 3 months ago. Really an entire quarter. Now, when we talk about consumer confidence, people that are considering purchasing in the future, you may see different stats like how many mortgage applications have been going on each and every week. A nationwide survey showed a record low of 14% of people indicating that in their mind, it's a good time to buy a house right now. It has literally never been this low before. Now, what I find most interesting about this information is that it is not driven by the media blasting out articles about incoming recession or market crash. Unlike a few years ago when consumer confidence dipped due to the media doing scare tactics, we're actually not seeing that right now. Instead, if you search for housing market crash predictions, you're going to find that generally experts do not believe a crash is coming. The reason people think it's not a good time to buy a house is simply because of affordability and lack of supply. At the end of the day, it all comes out to supply and demand, which dictates generally where prices will go. Despite the Fed's attempts to cool the housing market, by increasing significantly the interest rates, there is a baseline of people who still need to buy homes, keeping values up and keeping them rising. Last year, we saw the lowest amount of home sales nationwide since the last 30 years. But be mindful of this. The population today is much larger than it was then. I took a look. It's actually a 30% increase since 30 years ago. So people are staying in their homes longer due to affordability and the lack of homes. Some people that are wealthier, they're buying multiple homes. So this always has constraints in terms of who is actually being able to purchase into the new market and what percent of people are renters. Now, another major issue that's not talked too much is insurance. Take a look at homeowners insurance of what's happening in California and Florida, where people are having challenges as they're losing their providers, but then it makes it really hard for them to try to sell their place. This is also happening in California specific areas, especially those in the hills, where insurance costs have skyrocketed, but at the same time, a lot of people have lost their insurance options. But this also means there's a lot more demand now in urban areas because they're not going to even think about buying in those regions. Now, this is not a situation of 2008. We don't have an oversupply of homes or lending issues that people are getting loans just by doing stated loans. In fact, if you think about it, it's the complete opposite. Strong financials from buyers and the lowest inventory ever. Stock market at all-time record highs. Now, there are concerns, but if I were looking to buy a house now, I wouldn't just avoid it or skip it. There's really not enough evidence of a significant drop in home values anytime soon unless the stock market tanks. And that really only is going to be the case if investors stop thinking about AI being this next generational computing shift, and if they really care about the profits that these companies are investing into AI. Now, at the same time, you got to remember this. The fortunate news right now is because home prices are higher, more sellers are actually willing to sell, so the inventory has been increasing and more homes have come on the market versus last year. We're talking about more than a 40% increase versus the same time last year. While consumer confidence, interesting, is very low, we have a record amount of travelers this summer. So a lot of buyers are distracted or doing plenty of other things or enjoying life. The Olympics is in France. That's coming soon. Those that have been waiting for the Fed to drop rates, we are expecting slightly better rates in 2025, which could help a little bit about affordability. However, keep this in mind. There is still so much demand sitting on the sidelines because of the lower home sales and because of affordability issues. It will be interesting to see when waves decide to enter the market. Now, I'm curious what you think. Have we reached the peak home values here in the Bay Area? Is this a slight pullback as people kind of reassess? Let us know in the comments. Now, if you want a personalized opinion on whether buying or selling a home in the Bay Area is right for you now, give me a call. You can schedule a discovery call with me for a free 30-minute Zoom session to discuss your specific situation. If you're not ready for that, you might as well know if it's worth spending millions of dollars on a home in the Bay Area, where you may have seen from a recent article that there is 20 plus cities that have the median price of over $2 million. You might be surprised. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.